guys, welcome to my channel, Girly here. Today I have another PENPAL with me video. It's been a while since I've done one of those, so I thought it would be, a refresher. I'm gonna be showing you guys how I made those 4 different envelope layouts. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Even if you're not into snail mail or writing letters, I hope you can still grab some inspiration from some of those envelope layouts today and use it in your journals. But yeah, I'll go ahead and bring you guys to my desk so we can go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so for my first envelope, I decided to go with a more of a vintage theme. Now, I didn't have a lot in mind when I decided to create this envelope. All that I knew is that I wanted to use predominantly colors like pink and purple. Of course, because I wanted to go with a more vintage theme, I wanted to add some book pages to it. So I grabbed this washi tape. That was actually one of my pen pals that sent it to me. It was a washi sample that has this beautiful flower that is like purple with a tint of pink. So I decided to add this one, and I just grabbed some vintage book pages. I'm gonna use that on the background just to add a little bit more of texture to the envelope. And I also grabbed some music notes paper. So you see me using 2 different color papers for those. I have a cream one, and I'm pretty sure I got the cream one from a package from Cafe Analog. Was in one of those goodie bags that she sent it. And this was just a scrap left over from one of my journal layouts, so I used that one. And this pink one with the music notes I actually got from my subscription box from Your Creative Studio. By the way, if you haven't had a chance to see my unboxing for this month subscription box, I do have a video, so I'll link it above here on the screen if you'd like to check it out. Of course, if you like, watch those unboxing videos. But yeah, and like I say, I didn't have a crazy theme in mind. I really just wanted to play with some scrap papers on those, tones like beige and pink and purplish. So I grabbed a small piece of scrap paper that I had left over from Tim Holtz that had this cream and a tint of pink at the end. So I added that one too, just to add a little bit more of texture. And I'm adding a very different paper here, which is this purple with pink. This one I actually got it from a paper stash, which is a 6 by 6 inches paper pad that I got from Michael's. And I had this paper pad for quite some time, and I still have a lot of papers left over from this paper pad. So yeah, I thought this color it matched well with the whole theme that I was going with. Now, I don't know if you noticed in the beginning of the video, I did have fussy cut a tag, which is a white tag with a black border. But as soon as I started laying the papers on the envelope, I noticed that was too harsh, the black on that tag. So I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna use actually just a scrap paper, a white paper. It's not pure white, it's almost like a creamish paper, but I decided to go with that just to keep the softness of the color combination with the rest of the envelope. So yeah, so that's this scrap paper that you saw me ripping and adding right there. This is going to be the one that I'm gonna be using to add the address. But yeah, I'm just trying to place things on top of each other. Now, besides the papers, the scrap papers, and the washi tape that I'm fussy cutting with the flower that had the color scheme that I wanted to go with, I am going to add a couple of different ephemera stickers to it, just to add it a little bit more of a dynamic to this envelope. In the beginning, I just wanted to go with something more simple, but then I thought there was something missing. So I grabbed this paper sheet. It's actually from a sticker pad that I got from Michaels. It's from the Happy Planner, and I'm pretty positive this is from the Bookish line. So those two stickers that you saw me adding first, they are from that one, and this one on the left that says going places, that one I also got from Michaels, but this one was from a different Happy Planner line. This one, it's going places, actually, it's what it's called. And you see me grabbing a paper doll. It's also from the same sticker pad, and I decided to use this paper doll because, you know, her outfit, it had the perfect color combination. She was wearing blue and purple and pink, so I thought it was very fitting to the whole color scheme that I was going with. And yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. I'm just fussy cutting the other small flower that I had it in the same washi tape sample that I cut the flower, the bigger flower. So I just decided to add it to the corner right there, and that's pretty much it for this envelope. I'm moving on to the second one. So for the second one, I wanted to go with a completely vintage theme. This pen pal of mine, it's not very girly. She doesn't like, you know, too girly layout. She prefers the more vintage, so I wanted to decorate her envelope with a more restrictive vintage you know, layout without paper dolls or flowers or anything like that. So I started with this vintage page as a base, and this one, it's from my English verse book. And I just decided to actually change up a little bit. Usually when I decorate my envelopes, I either decorate the, you know, the far left or the bottom of the envelope. So I just decided to actually change up a little bit and actually decorate the center of the envelope. So I will still leave the top right of the envelope kind of empty, so I can use that portion to add the postage stamps. But yeah, I decided to do something a little bit different because I think it would, you know, you look a little bit, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I lost train of thought. Please forgive me. But yeah, it's just something, I don't know, interesting. But anyway, so I used that book page, and then I used two different washi tapes. The brown one with the blue grid, that one is a Classique paper tape, and the second one I got it from Cafe Analog. I forgot the brand of that one completely, but yeah, that one I got from Cafe Analog. I do have an Cafe Analog haul. I'll link it above here on the screen if you're interested. Same thing with this you know, wood stamp that I'm using is actually from Cafe Analog. It's from the brand Liberty. It's their dictionary set. So yeah, I got it from there as well. And you saw me using this balloon, air balloon, and that one I got it actually from the packaging from my subscription box from Your Creative Studio. I just fussy cut it, the paper that came with it, because they had it a bunch of different illustrations that was all Victorian style, and I really liked it, so I just fussy cut and used that one. And I had it also a wood stamp that I got from Michaels that had it also the air balloon, so I just used that one throughout to stamp. And yeah, very simple, but I really liked it. I think out of all of the 4 that I created today, that one was definitely my favorite. But anyways, moving on to the third envelope. This one I tried to make something very similar. I wanted to decorate this envelope with cream and pink solely. This pen pal of mine, those are actually her favorite colors, brown and pink. So I just decided to kind of, you know, imitate the same layout that I did for the previous one, but change the color scheme to the brown and pink. So I used the same verse book, and I just grabbed another page, and I added in the center. I used the same Classique tape, and I just added a different washi tape as well that had a more of a pink tint to it. I also got that washi from Cafe Analog. And I'm using some classic tag in order to be able to add the address. And I'm adding some of that same paper that I used on the first envelope that I got it from your Creative Studio box. That has this, music note on this pink paper. So I just added those underneath the tag, and I'm just fussy cutting another washi tape sample that one of my pen pals sent it to me that has those beautiful pink flowers. And I just fussy cut one of them, and I'm adding right there on the corner. And if you're curious, I did that wood stamp with some wildflowers in the beginning. That wood stamp I got it from Michael's. It's from the Recollections line. And yeah, I'm using the same Liberty wood stamp that says Gathering to stamp this envelope as well. And I'm using another stamp that has some wild grass to just add some extra, touch and details. Now, from the same washi sample that I fussy cut this rose, it had some, phrases and some tags. So that's what you saw me adding on the top left of the tag right there. And I just fussy cut some of the writings and I added on the bottom right. And yeah, I'm just using that same wood stamp with the wild grass. That one was gifted to me by one of my pen pals as well. I'm just going a little bit like all around just to add it a little bit more of details to the envelope so it's not so empty on the sides. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Now let's move on to the final envelope. For this one, I wanted to go with a more predominantly a green theme. So I decided to go, I could not just do green all throughout. So another color that I thought would match very well with this envelope was cream. So I decided to go with cream and green, but I wanted to be the predominant color to be green. And the reason being is because for this pen pal, we always, kind of like come up with themes, color scheme themes for our letters. So we decided that our next letters would be with green. So yeah, so that's why I'm decorating her envelope with all green stuff. So for the cream portion, I'm using the same, bits of paper that I had from this book, the English verse books that I got as a vintage book that has beautiful yellow pages. I'm using some dark green paper, that one that you see, this rectangular dark green. That one I got it from Cafe Analog from the box. The summer box, the staycation summer box, it was inside of her goodie package. And and I'm just using some washi samples that another pen pal sent it to me that had this lovely cream on it, so I thought it was very fitting with the cream color that I wanted to go with. And I added this green washi that I have that I got from Michael's. It's from the Recollections line. For the address, I'm adding this classic tag. It has this cream color with this olive green, which is a beautiful tag, so I thought it would be very fitting to edit that, so I could edit the address. And I'm just placing all over some different bits of scrap papers from the book. I just wanted to make sure that I had something underneath of the tag just to add a little bit more of texture to the envelope. I tried to do something kind of similar with the previous two, but not the same style. I just wanted to change it up a little bit. So I didn't want to decorate the full envelope how I usually do. I wanted to concentrate everything in the center and do more like a bunch of a scrap paper collage. I'm adding on top of the classic tag on the right there a piece of ephemera that I got it from Tim Holtz. It had a bunch of different green illustrations, so I thought was fitting. And I'm adding some leaves from this washi tape that I have that one of my pen pals sent it to me. It's from the artist Pay Pen, and it's just a bunch of beautiful leaves. So I just decided to add at least two of them to add a bit more of the greenery that I needed to go with for this envelope. Now I'm using the same Liberty stamp that says Gathering, but I changed the color of my ink. I'm using actually my Dewdrop in a darker green, and I'm using also the wild grass to add some extra touches to the envelope. So yeah, but that's pretty much it. Now, I don't know if you notice, I'm using two different colors of my Dewdrop inks. I have a darker green and a more kind of like a lighter green. So I just decided to kind of, you know, play around with those two tones of green just to add it a bit more of a dynamic to the envelope. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. We are pretty much done here with those envelopes. I'm just gonna bring it in close so you guys can actually see all of the details of those envelopes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today, and I hope you guys grabbed some inspiration from those layouts. Again, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, even if you're not into pen pal, I hope you can use this as inspiration to decorate your journals. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.